I've been thinking a lot about this whole nepotism debate that's going on in Bollywood, and everyone keeps pointing fingers at the star kids. And sure, some of them deserve criticism, but honestly, the real problem lies somewhere else. The problem is the writers, the producers, the filmmakers, the entire industry and the people involved that are choosing convenience over creativity. And these are the people who actually know better, but are choosing to make stupid decisions one after the other. And they still choose the same tired faces and stories, hoping the surname will one day sell.
खतरा मैं हूं. I am the danger. I am the one who knocks people out.
See, every year, thousands of people go to Mumbai with a dream to make something beautiful, to be a part of the best stories out there. But what they don't realize is, once they get there, they're not walking into a world of art. They're stepping into a marketplace, a place where the currency is not talent, but connections, networking, and access. And access means, what surname are you associated with? If your parents, anyone, is there to help you out far away, it could even be a friend, but let's say if you earn that friend, he's not your friend because your family is associated with. If you earn someone's respect, if you go to Mumbai and you audition and the casting person really admires your talent and not your surname, I think that's what we're looking forward to. This is what the video is about, and I'm saying this with experience. When I went to Mumbai, I went in with dreams. I came back exhausted. I think I realized very quickly that it's not about cultivating your craft. It's about being seen at the right parties, knowing the right name. And that's the harsh truth. And the worst thing that I've seen, so much money is being spent on mediocrity. So much money is being put on these people who don't deserve that stand, who don't deserve to be there. Who are we to judge? Well, we are the average Indians that watches their work. We know for a fact that these people who are there on the screen do not experience the lives of people who go there and watch those films. Think about the kind of lifestyle the masses have. If the masses cannot associate with what's happening, what's the point of all of this? What's the point of making that film? Is it just because you want to satisfy your child? All your life you have always thought that this person is going to be a miracle child, but later you understand, okay, he's not that good. He's mediocre-ish and he can't really act. But what do you do? Because you promised him a lifestyle which he wasn't bound to have by his own self. There are a few exceptions, of course, Hrithik Roshan, Amir Khan. These are Nepo kids, but they have made their mark because I think, still at that time, there was this, even filmmakers were, these people, the parenting was good, I think, when they wouldn't allow their kids to just randomly go there because at that time it wasn't feasible. They didn't have the resources. Well, for example, Rakesh Roshan did not have a lot of resources in order to launch his son at that time. Fun and games, this is real shit. But now I think they've erased that line because these people have so much money that they feel like they can do whatever they want. And then when the masses have now started to rise against, this thing that's happening in the world, filmmakers, this is for filmmakers and producers, you are spending crores on some star kids who don't know how to act. I mean, we can check a few examples. Let me show you what I mean. Just give me one sec. Assuming that went well. So the point was, you spending crores and crores of money in these Nepo kids, and you're hoping that the lack of depth that they have will be covered by their family surname. But that's not going to happen. Rather, I think you should put that money into real stories, okay? Scout a bit, do a bit of research, Go to cities where there's this one kid who's hoping that perhaps, he doesn't have the money or the budget to move to Mumbai and work there. He's scared of the idea. He doesn't have the resources to do that, but he's got a story to tell. Find these people. Spend time, spend money and resources on that. Like real stories, get these people and let them have their imagination take shape. I'm damn sure there are so many out there who have got so many stories to tell, but just they don't have the right platform for it. Or perhaps, they're hiding because they know that this circus going on and we won't have any place there because we don't have the resources and money to be as close as, The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, what if, why is it that we have to go to Mumbai? Rather, can't opportunities exist in different states? Why does it have to be that this is the hub of it? Why not distribute that why not make it, an equal opportunity-based platform where, there's employment that's being generated. I'm talking about the film industry in different states. Search for independent filmmakers, scout out for them, people who just have a notebook. These people may not have resources. They may not have a MacBook to write a story on, but maybe they would have a pen and a paper or a notebook that is so full of fire. I'm talking about people who breathe cinema. They don't need a miracle, they just need an opportunity. The question is, how can you portray something that you haven't even experienced? I'm not saying that every artist has to go through some very painful and torturous experience in order to understand the depth of it. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have emotions even close to what you're going to portray to us, to people who have experienced that shit, who have gone through shit in their life, if you are, for example, crying in a scene, we can point out that you're not really crying. And that creates a distance. So if you put an actor who has actually had some sort of suffering in his life, some actor who has, experienced something that you were trying to portray, or even a close related experience, a person who has, seen life, I'm sure they can pull off the scene at a much profound manner than these Nepo kids. Because artists are born out of life. They're born out of chaos, confusion, heartbreak, out of losing something and then turning that pain into poetry, using it. They know how to cultivate and use that emotion. Some raw and authenticity that they have. Those are artists. Those are filmmakers, those are actors. But when everything is handed over to you in a silver platter with a Vogue photo shoot, what do you really have to say? You'll be all smiles and well-mannered and reserved and that sort of a person, but we don't care about that. We don't care about you being all nice in front of us. We need hungry animals that want to do something, that really want to change and revolutionize, innovate, create something substantial, something so everlasting that, because we've gone through that. The average Indians have gone through that. Because life is difficult out in the real world and in the film world, in the film industry, where all of these people are being put on a pedestal one after the other, I think that's wrong. And there should be a distribution of opportunity. If Bollywood keeps selling surnames, the audience will stop buying movie tickets. We won't idolize your kids. We'll mock them. And that's exactly what's happening. If you look at Instagram, Facebook, everyone, there's backlash. Everyone is criticizing your kids. I mean, aren't you ashamed yet that you are depriving some other kid who doesn't have connections but has all it takes to be the face. And yet, you choose your kid over that deserving kid. I think we know the difference between title and talent. I have a solution. Now, this video is not just about criticizing Nepo kids. I also have a few solutions that could help and benefit artists, filmmakers alike who are looking for opportunity. Perhaps they can't move to Mumbai. So, filmmakers and producers and people who want to make films, I say you should go out. Even if you're living in Mumbai, go out and scout for real stories and real talent. Audition in states and different, not just if not just when, let's say, if you want a if the story is based on Rajasthan, you want a Rajasthan character, only then you're going there. Of course, then that's only for your benefit. Support indie filmmakers who don't have the funds but the vision. Stop casting before you have a story, because I feel like these stories are being written for star kids to make them happy and satisfy them and their mindset. Invest in mentorship and not marketing. Most of you, I think it's either it's because of selfish needs and wants. Human beings are selfish, I think, and I'm getting tired of what I'm saying. But I think the industry needs to change. It needs to stop being about whose son you are and start being about what story you can tell. It's not a revolution we're asking for. It's recognition. It's fairness. Support stories and not surnames. That's all for today.